I think we're live. Are we live, everyone? Yes, we are. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back in with the new stream, and that is right. We are live on this beautiful August 6th, 2024. I hope everyone's having a phenomenal day, night, afternoon, midnight, wherever you're on the world. I certainly have a great day myself. And we are joined by Real Texan Politics and I think Yay, correct?
Hello, it's Real Texan
I have
here.
not seen
Here briefly, but
sunlight
yes.
in 36 hours.
What do you mean?
I have not seen sunlight in 36
Sir,
hours.
I don't think that's healthy.
One massive goon session.
Oh, God.
Uh,
Alright, now before we continue today's stream, like Tyrone usually would say, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, join the channel, just $1 a month, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or just want to support the channel even further, the best way is to send a super chat via the chat. Again, I'll read through as much chat as possible, but usually super chat's the best way your questions answered. And we already got a couple super chats, a Glitch Eevee for 5, even though you're on time, you're late, chat understands. Oh, God. Princess Rider for 10. I don't like taking victory laps, but I will take one for my sources last week. Being correct with Obama and Biden, still not being sold on Harris, considered an open convention. Yeah, so this is kind of breaking news. That I believe it was Stephen Miller that reported it. But apparently it sounds like there's some Democrats that are not happy with Harris picking Walz right now. And there's a possibility they try to get rid of her. I don't know how, but apparently they're thinking, oh God, we made the wrong decision. We gotta pick someone else. Which, I don't know how legitimate that is. Like, how true is that, you guys think? That they might get rid of her somehow?
I think they're pissy, but it's much too late to be making big moves like that.
Yeah.
The election is in 3 months.
I mean,
And the convention is in like a week.
Like 3 months from today is the election. I don't think it's too late for anything like that.
yeah, but it's one of those things where if Obama and Biden want her gone, which apparently Biden's pissed off right now, that's what the reports are. I'm not saying it's true, but that's what some people are saying. Well, and we heard about this from Prince Rider, actually. Yeah, he was the first one to report this last week, and turns out he was right. But yeah, so I don't think it's going to happen, but I did hear that they're not happy with Walz. And that they basically bent the knee to the Hamas people. That's what happened.
So, yeah, you haven't seen the sun in 3 days. I guess at this time of year, it's probably not the worst thing in the world. It's 100 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's too fucking hot out here. What the fuck? Yeah, no, it seems to me, and I'm going to say this, it's kind of tongue-in-cheek, but at the same time it isn't. One of the big reasons Josh Shapiro was not chosen is because he is Jewish.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Now, they're going to say things like, oh, he's a Zionist, right? Oh, he's a IDF, the blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, he is the only candidate that was up to be the Democratic VP nominee that was Jewish. Everyone else is, like, I'm pretty sure Tim Walz is still pretty avidly pro-Israel.
He is one of the most pro-Israel people out there.
Exactly. It's not that Josh Shapiro is a Zionist. It's that Josh Shapiro is a Zionist who also happens to be Jewish. That was a step too far for most of the Hamas people.
Which is just terrible, but that's what's happening.
Shapiro also had quite a lot of scandals as well. I think there was the murder thing, and then there was,
but here's what I think
everything
happened.
else. And I think there was also reports that Shapiro was kind of torn on the job.
Well, I think here's what happened. There was a bunch of like Hamas and pro-Palestinian people. They're like, oh God, we don't want Shapiro. Quick, leak all this information about Shapiro at the last second. But then I think he finally saw the internals, and he's like, oh God, we're losing. I'm not going to be part of this ticket. I think that's what happened.
He sold his soul and didn't even get the VP nomination. You hate to say it.
A Glitch Eevee for 2. That one deepfake meme account with Dark Brandon. What? Bailey Spangler for 2. My family from Minnesota is doomed after today's news. Well, Tim Walz is an awful pick. Of all the options, you went with Tim Walz, the guy that was the governor of Minnesota when it was on fire. Not a good look.
Oh yeah, congratulations. We'll probably lose Minnesota, but like that's probably like the least of my worries, honestly.
And I'm bringing this up, like, who does he appeal to? Who?
He keeps the progressives in line. That's about it.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and I guess the union bosses probably.
Yeah, he keeps progressives and union bosses in line.
Wow,
but apparently he pisses off more than neo-libs. So.
My question is, like, I thought Harris dealt with the progressive problem. I thought that was the whole point. The Democrats were saying for a week, actually, Kamala Harris has saved their problems with the progressive voters, but you need to double down on it? How bad are the internals if you had to pick Tim Walz?
Yeah, I don't understand. Like legitimately, like there's only two reasons you would choose Tim Walz right now. Either one, he was the only real choice, and nobody else was even feasible at the time. Which I don't know. Maybe it's possible. Maybe everybody else said no
I
to
think it
it.
was a rush decision.
Or you don't have Minnesota locked up.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, yeah, it's either Minnesota's not locked up, which I don't think is 100% the case, but it could be that, where they're doing so bad that we're losing Minnesota. But on top of that, I just think that they ran out of people. There's no one else to pick from. So they were stuck with Tim Walz. I mean, look at his campaign sign. Did you guys see that? How hideous that looked?
God.
Oh yeah, because I don't even think Harris even had
Let me
like
pull this up.
I don't even think she made a choice until yesterday.
Yeah. I'll bring up this thing in a second. Bender for Futurama for $6. The people attacking Walz for his military service or something else. You get attacked him for his policy, but he served 20 plus years and was decorated. No, people are saying that he bailed before the Iraq War. That's what people are mad about.
He did,
Yeah,
but however, his enlistment came up right as his unit was about to get shipped out, and so they're mad that he just retired then and there instead of going back in for another 6 years. Which, I mean, I can see it either way. But I think if he's gonna, I don't know. I kind of agree with that, honestly.
Yeah. American Nerd for 5. I just watched a video on Walz you made today. What exactly was the Harris campaign mindset into picking him? Or also you worried about Gomez tonight? Gomez, I think, loses, but we just have to wait and see. But yeah,
Just have to wait and hope.
If she freaking wins, I will endorse a Democrat. I don't care. I'm not supporting that. But yeah, so I think with Harris's camp, I just think they ran out of people. There was no one else to pick from.
Yeah.
Superior Carolina for 2. Who are we rooting for in Missouri, Michigan? Michigan, it's Mike Rogers, probably.
Roger, sadly, and in Missouri, we want Bill Eigel.
Just not Ashcroft.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Tyrone.
Not fucking Ashcroft.
Prince is right.
Five more days. Are you two excited?
Yes.
Prince Writer for 5. Biden still owns the delegates technically, so if he unreleases them by party rules, they will have to hold a second ballot at the DNC. I hope he does that. It's one big FU. He's like, you know what? Nothing to lose. It's just you're unbinded. Go away. Go.
All right, polls are about to close. I'm going to go ahead and hop onto a Twitter space, but I do want to get a quick shout out to my boy Anthony Rodriguez on Twitter. He's been great. Great guy. Doing a lot
Everybody
of
follow. Speaking of things to follow at Vance War Room on Twitter.
True.
Real.
All right, hold on. I gotta get the sign.
You
up.
too, right?
Hold on. Yeah.
See y'all. I'll probably pop
right,
back in later on, but we'll see.
2020 Vision for 5. First time sending a super chat. I'm glad you're covering my state. Could you look at the main Missouri governor campaign page? Just always terrible. Yeah, I saw a couple of them. Just not Ashcroft.
Why did Trump endorse? Was it Kehoe? Like, first of all, why do you endorse Ashcroft?
Yeah,
why do you endorse?
I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what the lieutenant governor. The guy's.
But why do you endorse Kehoe too? Like, I don't understand that shit. Apparently,
it's Trump with Missouri. Why is it always Missouri? He does these weird endorsements in.
Like, Missouri has unironically one
Why
of
is
the best Republican.
Why is Missouri weird?
Billy Spangler for 5. Harris took the lead in RSVP, granted not by much, but still makes you uneasy. That mayor's poll, I'm making a video on that tomorrow. That's ridiculous.
Also,
30-point shift with independents. Give me a break.
Can I please remind people that 1, it takes a popular vote victory of about D+4 for Democrats to win the White House, and 2, Trump outperformed the 2020 polling aggregate by about 3.5 points in 2020.
Yeah.
So anybody who's dooming over like a 1-point Harris lead in the popular vote is a little bit of a silly goober. I think you should reassess yourself.
Southern Missouri for 2.
Yeah, trust me, guys. Harris is definitely more popular than Obama in 2012.
Yeah,
that's like completely accurate.
So Southern Missouri for 2. I sent my vote for Eigel. Good man. American Nerd for 2. What's wrong with Ashcroft? I thought it was okay. I'm talking about who's the lieutenant governor again? Kehoe, yeah. But yeah, look at the chat that I sent.
Oh, I thought you were talking about that one crazy lady who's running.
No, she's running for Gomez. She might win. I hope she doesn't, but anyways, look at the sign for Harris Walz. Look at this. Did they put this together?
It says bland and uninspiring as those two.
Bro.
Yeah, no.
Did they this is why I believe this was a last second decision. They thought it was Shapiro, but they had to pick Walz the last minute.
First they came for the gypsies and I said nothing, for I was not a gypsy. Then they came for the Somalians and I said make sure you get all of them.
Oh god.
That's true.
But yeah, look at this. This is the laziest sign I've ever seen. I could go on MS Paint right now and make something better. And I just realized, why is there 3 different fonts?
Graphic design is my passion.
I saw that. I think it was Carbo that posted that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. Princess Rider for 10. From what I understand, 12 people either declined to be vetted or pulled out of Harris's VP. Walz was picked last night, but even then, he only agreed if he got insurance, he won't be dropped no matter what. Yeah, so it sounded like it was a last-second decision. They ran out of people.
Well, yeah, no, it's yeah.
You tell me they couldn't find like a random congressman or something? Glitch Evie for 2. I was talking about Prison Mitch earlier. Oh. Alright, polls are closed in Missouri, Michigan, and Kansas.
The Texans have gone. I'm also leaving.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, we lost all the Texans, and now James is here. Hello, James.
Yeah, it's just me.
Alright, so how do you think about the Tim Walz pick, since you're a Democrat?
I mean, I personally like him. I mean, I watched the rally. I thought he gave a good speech. I mean, I don't know if he was the bottom of the barrel, but
I think he
I do know that I do know that Shapiro was Shapiro near the end. The Harris team, I guess, was saying he didn't seem fully committed to it.
I just think that he realized that they were going to lose. That's my opinion. They ran out of people. That's why they went with Walz. Because just go with Mark Kelly or Andy Bashir. I don't get.
Well, the union said no to Mark Kelly, and if I had to assume why they didn't pick Andy Bashir, it was probably because he was trying too hard.
I don't know. American Nerd for 3. Wow, Mike Pence's sign was better than that. Yeah, at least Mike Pence's sign doesn't look like MS Paint. Truck of the Christ for 2. Hopefully Holly pulls it off. Shaking my boots. Yeah, Holly's gonna win easy. G-Storm NM for 2. I did it. You inspired me to become a TikTok memer. Well, congratulations. Good luck in TikTok. Good luck. They can't choose a random guy because that could signal desperation. Yeah, but you would think they'd try something different. Like anyone but Walz from Minnesota. You could have went with someone from even Michigan or even Wisconsin. Princess Rider for 5. To add on to it, Shapiro was a choice last week, but he was nixed by Obama, who pushed for Walz because their own internal had Harris +2 in Minnesota. Yeah, I don't know. I really believe it was a last-second thing. They got stuck with him, but...
Oh, Missouri has results on decision desk.
Okay, what do they show? Ooh.
It's only for Democrats, though.
Okay, Michigan, we got results in. Michigan is Oakland County. Slotkin's at 78%, while Mike Rogers at 68%. And wait, hold on. Justin Amash is in 3rd?
Who's Sandy? I don't even know who Sandy Penciller is.
I thought he dropped out
she doesn't even have a picture on the New York Times.
I thought he dropped out a month ago.
Wait, let me check.
Are you
I don't
serious?
even know who Sandy Penciller is.
Please. Please take 3rd place. Let that bozo take 3rd. Get out of here. She could have done way worse than Walz, but Walz certainly doesn't help her.
Sandy Penciller with Penciller withdrew and endorsed Rogers.
How is
and
he
that's
second?
Not even Penciller's home county. I don't know, but that's not even Penciller's home county.
I Am Moon has joined the channel. Welcome so much, good sir. Thank you very much. Sandy dropped out and endorsed Rogers. That's why I thought it was a month ago. And he's in 2nd place in Oakland?
Yeah. And Wayne is his home county, not Oakland.
Bruh.
So this isn't even like a home county advantage. This is just that many people are voting for Sandy Penciller.
Oh yeah, we have Kansas tonight. So Kansas does have the congressional primaries. The big one's District 2, and Derek Schmidt's up by 17. I really don't know who's the best option here, but yeah.
It'll probably be him.
Yeah, he's Trump endorsed, so I'm guessing. G-Storm for 5. Walz allowed his state to be burned with the help of Harris. 2 socialists who hate America. No thanks, plus not gonna lie. I'm rooting for Gomez. No, I will support the Democrat if Gomez wins. We will not allow that. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Her ads are really funny. Like the videos she posts on Twitter, I just think they're really funny.
We have results out of Lincoln County. Okay, good news. Gomez is in like 8th place. That's a good start. He's in 8th place, but on the Republican governor side, oh no, Cahoy is in the lead. Or how do you say his name? Cahoy?
Is it Kehoe or Kehoe or
Kehoe? I think it's Kehoe. Yeah, Kehoe. I forgot. But yeah, there's clowns. No. I swear, if there's a big ticket split and we get stuck with Kehoe, yikes. Amash will be stronger in Western Michigan. Oh yeah, he will, because of Grand Rapids. What's wrong with Gomez? She's a nut job. She should not be anywhere near the Secretary of State position. Literally anyone but Gomez.
What's funny is like she doesn't even talk about like anything a Secretary of State does.
Yeah, didn't she say something about like foreign policy or something? This is like
and she's been attacking she's been attacking Stephen Fulop, the mayor of Jersey City.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she's been going after a random mayor in New Jersey.
No way. You're full of shit. There's no freaking
no.
way.
You can look at her
Send
Twitter.
me this,
She like did a whole video
this.
about how much she hates. I had to do something. I guess. I gotta find it. It was like 2 days ago.
Please tell me that's fake. Joe Longo for 2.
No, it's
Joe Longo for 2. By how much you think that Bush loses by? Cori Bush. Oh yeah, I forgot about Cori Bush's primary. I think she loses at the end of the day, but that's about it. I don't think she loses.
Oh yeah, here it is. I think it's I guess it's something.
Oh yeah, I heard about that because her brother's like getting fired or something. American Mary for 10. Rap, I know you aren't the fans of Rap, I know y'all aren't fans of the concept of the Olympics overall, but I hope that one for LA in 2020 will be better than this year, especially if Trump gets elected and opens it. Well, no, I'm fine with the Olympics, but the way they did this year sucked. Satan Slayer for 5. Walz is a strong progressive, but his history with riots and liberal policy will hurt him in the swing states, plus the economy will be hard to overcome. Yeah, I don't think the Walz picks does anything. To me, it screams of desperation. They just ran out of people. That's what I think happened. Hey, Rap, you gonna cover the Hawaii primaries? No. We are not covering the Hawaii primaries. No.
Is there even any competitive primaries? I don't think there's even any competitive.
For a state
yeah, both of the House
maybe?
seats have incumbents. I don't even know if there's a Senate race, but if there is, it's the incumbent. Maybe there's some competitive state legislature primaries, but that's like super majority Democratic legislature.
Yeah, I highly doubt that there's gonna be anything interesting. So no, we are not gonna stream at 1 a.m. to watch that. No. Alright. Princess Rider for 5. Oh, this is actually kind of big. Finally got shown the Harris Eternals, and here they are. Minnesota +2 for D +2. Wisconsin R +3. Pennsylvania R +1. Michigan R +2. Georgia R +4. Arizona R +3. Nevada tied. That's interesting. So, James, if you're giving those numbers, what do you do? Like, do you go all in on the Rust Belt? Or what?
I feel like it would. I mean, that Minnesota number, I would say, is probably one of the worst.
I don't know what you do in that state.
I feel like like the +3 and the +3 for Republicans in Wisconsin and the +4 for Republicans in Georgia, I would be the most concerned about.
Yeah, that does not sound good at all for them. All right.
Yeah. Oh, and the Michigan number. I thought the Michigan number was +2 Democrat versus.
Yeah, ours are +2.
I would be. Yeah. No, that's a really bad Michigan number.
Trucking with Christ for 5. James, you could describe your political ideology to a congressman. Who would it be? Same with you, Rap. I consider myself a Corey Mills type. James, who do you consider yourself as?
I mean, I never really thought about that, but it would probably be one of the ones. There's a few, there's a lot of members of Congress that I like, but it's hard to think of a specific one right now. But
I'm gonna go. It would probably be a Corey Mills type for me. Corey Mills, Tom Tiffany's up there. Paul Gosar, another good one. Mike for 2, I just joined. Who we rooting for? Kehoe and Missouri governor. And not Gomez. I don't care who wins, just not Gomez, please. Is she gonna say this election was rigged? I swear, if that's what she does. If she loses by like 50 points.
Didn't she say also, instead of doing like an election watch party, she's gonna do like a pedophile hunting party?
What?
She said that, like, I guess, like, Keemstar was gonna be there or something.
Okay, I'm sorry. If you have Keemstar pulling up, you have some big problems.
Yeah, she was like, if I remember right, one of those videos she did said that.
God. American Nerd for 5. Rap, how much you want to bet that Gomez could pull Christina Caramo and say that the primary was stolen from her? I'll laugh if that happens. I would too. I'll laugh hysterically, but it's stupid. Mike for 2, Thomas Massey for me. The problem with Massey is he's too consistent. I know that sounds kind of weird, but for me, he's too consistent. That's what I like about him. Hamster Eater for 5. Voted for Reichart for governor, Garcia for Senate, Serrano for attorney general, Maycomber for Congress. Get out and vote, homies. Yeah, we probably won't be up for Washington because I hate the way they do it up there. I hate it. And it's like, what, at 10 p.m. Central? Yeah, no, I don't know. Zeppelin LZ99 for 5. I'll feel like the Democrat Party shafted Josh Shapiro out of the VP spot and shafted Biden and he's pissed. Yeah, I think that's what happened. They shafted Shapiro. And they screwed over Biden.
I mean, I think Shapiro, I mean, some reports said that Shapiro wasn't actually interested in being VP.
No, I think he saw the Eternals. That's what I think happened.
Because I know that there was someone saying that one of his concerns was that like he had only been governor for 2 years and he really hadn't accomplished much.
I don't know. Okay, okay.
And also, I mean, I was just gonna say, I mean, even if Biden's upset about like whatever's going on, I doubt he does anything. There's no one asking for him to come back.
Well, what he could theoretically do is like someone in chat suggested he could unbind his delegates and screw them over. Theoretically, cast the convention. He could do that.
Yeah, he could, but I don't think he would. I mean, even if he's upset, I don't think he would.
I hope he does. I want to see a fist fight on the convention floor. I just want to see it. It happened in 1968. I want to see it again. Please. Why are people saying Gomez declared victory? That's fake. It is. Okay. Okay. Good news, that's fake news. I swear if she declared victory already, I would just... There'd be a problem. There'd be a problem.
Pulling Pete Buttigieg.
Wait, what? Oh yeah, that's right, when they screwed Bernie over. That's right.
Yeah, because he declared victory before the results came in.
I know, but they screwed Bernie in that race.
But I don't get why they used an app for the caucus that was developed by someone in Buttigieg's campaign.
Yeah, I know. They stole it from Bernie. That's what happened. Not just Iowa, but the entire process. The way they did that. Bernie would have been the nominee if that didn't happen. So, yeah. Hey, Rap, who are the guys that fist fought at the 68 DNC? It was a bunch of protesters. I know it was that. I don't know who exactly.
Yeah, it was the whole Vietnam issue because Hubert Humphrey was chosen as the nominee, but the people, like a lot of the college students especially, didn't like that Hubert Humphrey was like not willing to go against the LBJ's line on the Vietnam War, and that caused a fight on the convention floor because they tried to put someone else in who was against the war.
Mike for 2, Massey's the only America First congressman, maybe. Princess Rider for 2, in the Attorney General race, hoping Will Scharf wins. Mike for another 2, everyone else is Israel first or Ukraine first. I wouldn't say that. I just think that Massey's the only one that is, like, openly anti-APAC. So, General Hydra for 2, hey, real Americans, who do you want to win? For the governorship, not Kehoe. Preferably Eigel, but, yeah. As for Michigan, I'm guessing Mike Roger, he's going to win. I mean, he's up by, what is that? Good Lord, 60 points. A Secretary of State, just not Gomez. It's a lot of races where I just don't want people winning. So.
And one interesting thing about Eigel is he was the one who drew the proposed maps to draw out the blue Kansas City seat in.
Well, yeah,
in
he's one of the few that actually
redistricting
balls of
cycle.
steel. That's why I like him.
Yeah.
But he's not going to win.
That ended up getting shot down by the state house.
Why the DNC chose Herbert Humphrey, the VP of the deeply unpopular LBJ, is beyond me. Eugene McCarthy would have been better. Well, I think they were just in a panic.
Well, also, I mean, Hubert Humphrey had a, he was he had a long record and legacy and stuff like that. I mean, he was the one that he was one of the big people behind putting the civil rights agenda in the Democratic platform.
True.
So I think that was one of the reasons why they did it.
Let's see. Hudson Dean for 2. What do you think of Matt Gaetz and Tim Burchett? I like both of them. I think they're good congressmen. Matt Gaetz, I think he should stay in the House. I know the rumors are he's going to run for governor. I think that's not a good spot for him, but that's just me. Okay, results out of let's see. Okay, Gomez went down. Okay, we're cooking. Just stay at 6%. Take your 6% and go home. It'd be like the Libertarians each year. Take your 1%. Let's see here. When Penzler dropped out, old chances of Rodgers losing were gone. Yeah, he's doing surprisingly well. Considering he dropped out, what was it, a month ago? He's getting 10% of the vote right now. It's early, but he's doing pretty good. Humphrey was the VP, so it made sense. Yeah. Hey, Rap, who's more weak in 2026, Tillis or Peters? I think it depends. I think it depends.
I think it probably depends on who's president and
not only
how the
that,
primary challenge against. And also, I mean, Tillis probably gets a primary challenge, and there is potential that Peters could retire.
And I think on top of that, though, I think it depends what happens in North Carolina. Like, how much it trends Republican. Because if it's like a big shift to the right by like 10 points or something crazy, I don't know. Jared the American for 2. Could someone like Teddy Roosevelt win 2024? I mean, yeah, but good luck getting one to win the nomination for either party.
And I mean, it would. Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
I was just gonna say, it would also. It would. I guess it also depends on what you mean by a Teddy Roosevelt type.
I'm guessing like a actual Teddy Roosevelt clone.
All right. His positions. Never mind. It doesn't matter.
Prince Strider for 5. This is a week old, but here are the North Carolina Eternals. President Trump +8. Governor Robinson +1. Attorney General Bishop down by 8. Bishop down by 8? Really?
Why is it so much bluer down ballot? That's it's
North Carolina.
Like a 10-point ticket split is a lot. Or is that not? That's not technically more.
Let's see here. People are saying check Missouri 3rd. Why?
It's Bethany. There's only 80 votes in the primary. There's nothing going on.
Nothing ever happens. Okay, what's up with Missouri 8th?
Missouri 8th?
Or 3rd, I should say. You were talking third. No, is this 8th? Wait, hold on. This is 3rd. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's I guess it's Bob Onder is in the lead, but it's only 300 votes. Bob Onder is in the lead, and then Kurt Schaefer is behind him.
American Nerd for 5. Rap, there are only 2 types of Gomez voters. Groypers and people who don't pay attention to politics who think she's hot. Tell me if I'm wrong. What? I don't know. Okay, more results out in Missouri, and Jackson County's voting for Ashcroft. Okay, that's where Kansas City is. So yeah, I think Kehoe's gonna win, damn it, but at least it's not Gomez winning. I'll take that. Walz is great for the middle-class Midwestern. No, he appeals to no one. He appeals to progressive Democrats, that's it. Princess Rider for 5. Harris voters were much more likely to choose Democrat down ballot, while Trump voters were more likely to be undecided. The Attorney General race had 29% undecided. Well, there you go. FM 320 for 2. Is it weird that no Senate debates are scheduled? Yeah, that is kind of weird. I know it's still only August, but you would think we would have had a couple by now. Have we had one at all? Like a major
There's
one?
been primary debate. I know there's been primary debates. Yeah, I don't know if there's been any general election ones, but I'm sure some are going to start happening either at the end of this month or next month.
Hey, Rap, do you think that if Trump wins in November, do you think that Walz will run for president? No. I just think it's a meme pick. It's a stupid pick for her, but I don't know. Don't know. Gomez is liked by the Steve Bannon supporters, too. I swear. Okay, there's more results. Okay, no. No, Gomez is trending upwards. No. She's only at 7.5%, but still.
Yeah, someone did say there was a Tester versus Sheehy debate.
Oh, that's right. That's about it, though. I can't think of any more. Can't think of any more.
I think that's the only one.
Montana had a Senate debate. Yeah, we've read that. Tim Walz is electable. Then he barely outperformed Biden in 2022 against Scott Jensen, of all people. It was like a 1-point difference. And it was like barely in like the rural areas. Barely better. I don't know. Are there runoffs? No. I don't think the runoffs are in Missouri.
That's normally in like deeper southern states. I don't think Missouri does runoffs.
Who do you think should be the Democrat nominee in 2028? I don't know. Depends what happens this fall. If it's a complete blowout, I don't know. If it's close, I don't know. But if Harris wins, obviously it's Harris. Walz underperformed Biden. Wait, he underperformed Biden against Jensen? Really? I hope
it was by
real.
like a slight amount.
But still.
But like, I think it was. No, I was saying I was trying to remember the exact numbers, but I don't.
Let's see. Look at the ballot measures. Increased police fund. It's less than 1%. I just realized that the results in Missouri, it's less than like % of the vote, so it doesn't really matter.
Well, yeah, it's all rural. It's mostly rural counties.
Yeah,
and Jackson County only has 3%.
He underperformed Biden. He won by 8. Well, people are saying he underperformed. So did he underperform? Overperform what? Truck with Christ for 2. I think he would be pretty good, like Ted Budd. I think he's gonna be all right, but I just don't trust the guy. Don't trust him. Don't trust him. I wish Missouri had runoffs. If they did, then I probably would have gotten photo ID in order to vote in the primary. Yeah, I think every state should have runoffs to some extent. But sadly, we don't do that in most states. And no, Gomez? No.
Why is she gaining?
She's slowly going upwards, James. She was at 6.5, then 7, now 7.5. She's still in 6th place, but oh no. Oh no. Kornacki called Walz an overrated candidate. I saw that. Kornacki's one of the few honest ones, like in the media, that knows what he's talking about. Well, he learned from 2016, obviously. Remember, he's the one that had like the blue Kansas map. So, yeah. Zeppelin LZ99 for 2. Explain to people who hate Harris but love Walz. A voter from Minnesota, maybe? Can you explain the rally size for Kamala in Pennsylvania since there were no celebrities? Well, it was a big announcement. Like, yeah, it's in the deepest, bluest parts of Philly, and you had the VP announcement. Of course, there'd be people there. But still, it's like, that's the average Trump rally. The average Trump rally is the peak for Harris. That's not a celebration. Kornacki had a really interesting podcast with a 1994 Revolution. I recommend listening to it. I might. Mike for 2, it's not Kamala over, it's absolutely America over. Yeah, if Harris wins, it is. Jason Christie for 5. I love all the Dems coping about how Walz is going to save Kamala. He doesn't have anything and arguably hurts it, given his record from 2020. Yeah, I think he hurts the ticket. I believe that. It might help them in, like, deep blue areas, but do you really think it's going to help Harris in, like, Michigan or Pennsylvania? I don't think so. Dems and reps are fighting to see who could doom harder. Well, Democrats are just delusional. I'm sorry, James, but a bunch of people on Twitter are just nuts. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
Yes, I don't know.
Well, again, I can understand, not liking your chances, but some of these people, it's like one side dooms all the time. Their side is on copium. Or hopium, I should say. But it's always one or the other, not both sides. It's kind of weird, Hey, Rap, in 2022, Walz won 52.2% to 44.5%. Biden in 2021, 52.4% to 45.2%. So he did slightly worse vote share-wise. Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the current polling? I'm concerned. Again, it's Marist is back to their garbage. And someone brought this up. I actually want to do a video on this. You go back to 2020. And Marist had Biden up by like 6 points in late July, or late June, I should say. It was like plus 6 or 7. At the beginning of August, the same time frame we're in right now, it was like Biden plus 11. So a 5-point shift. You know what the Marist poll was shifted today from late July to August, James? You know how much it shifted?
I mean, was it the same?
It was 4 points. The same freaking thing happened. It just, if that doesn't tell you what's going on here, I don't know what to say. I really believe there is a response bias causing this. And also August being I don't know why, but it's always August. Republicans always have shit polling. I don't know why, but they usually do. Stephen Howard for 5. Rap, who do you think does better with Hispanics, Biden or Harris? I think if Trump is hitting 40% of Hispanics in Nevada and Arizona, or with Hispanics, Nevada and Arizona in the bag, I still think Harris does worse. I have that gut feeling. We just gotta see, though. Prince's Rider for 5. Walz was not chosen for the Rust Belt, by the way. He was chosen to max suburban voters in Georgia and Arizona. Their current path is Georgia, Arizona, and Pennsylvania to win. One path. If that's a case, you should have went with Shapiro. Just go with Shapiro and that's it. Because, yeah, he has baggage, but at least he actually is a governor of one of the states that matter. But no, they had to go with Walz, or Waldo, because reasons. Walz was picked for the Muslims. Well, he's pro-Israel. So,
Yeah, no, he's...
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, no. He wasn't, like...
What, James?
But, I was gonna say, I don't think that Walz would make sense. Like, I don't think their strategy would be Georgia and Arizona, Pennsylvania, because, Walz is from Minnesota. Like, I don't think that, unless for somehow Walz helps with numbers, and also, why go for Georgia when that's probably the least friendly swing state to Democrats?
Well, I don't know. The polling is just all over the place. No one freaking knows anything. But yeah, if that's if that's the pathway, they're just screwed. If that's their pathway, they're just done at that point.
Because I feel like Walz would be more the Michigan, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania pathway.
Yeah, it's like
Sunbelt.
And if you want to go with Pennsylvania, that strat, why don't you pick Mark Kelly or Josh Shapiro? I know the union bosses, who gives a shit? Honestly, they're gonna vote Democrat no matter what. Let's see. Maybe Dems thought that along with Shapiro being Jewish and moderate, it would be too hard to compete against Vance's appeal in the Rust Belt states. But Walz doesn't have any. He does not have a Rust Belt appeal. Just because he's governor of Michigan, it doesn't mean he has this super real appeal in the Rust Belt. It really doesn't. These fake Democrat polls are getting annoying. Again, saying Harris +1 is fake is not true. It's when it's Harris +7. Harris +6, and it's a D +20 sample. That's when it's horseshit. So, Shapiro covered up a murder as a suicide. I know that. Aaron Ratliff for 2. Can you explain what's happening in the UK? So there was a bunch of stabbings and a bunch of people are rioting. Basically a race war. That's what's happening. Basically a race war. Bender for Futurama for 6. By your logic about Walz, would Vance have been a waste of a pick because Ohio is by no means a swing state, or at least a state that matters? The difference is, though, Vance actually appeals to the white working class voter in the Rust Belt. That's the difference. Walz doesn't. 20 years ago, maybe, or even 10 years ago, but now, not really. Vance has an appeal to some of these voters in, say, northeastern Ohio, such as for the Senate race, in places like western Pennsylvania, western Wisconsin. That's why I think it makes sense. With Walz, it's like he appeals to who? The generic Democrat. Congratulations. American Nerd for 2. Walz is just a worse Tim Kaine with glasses. That's one way to put it. But the thing with Walz is like, he looks, how old is he? 60?
Yeah, he's 60.
Why does he look like he's 80?
I think he just aged faster. That's probably it. I mean,
I'm curious to see
like,
how people react to that, because the whole thing was like Biden being old and all that stuff. I'm curious to see if people see like him look like he's 80 years old, if that impacts their vote. I don't think it will, but I'm kind of curious if some people think he's too old. I don't know, because he looks older than Trump.
were there like?
So
I saw a poll recently that said like 12% of voters felt that Kamala was too old to be president.
yeah, I saw that. Well, those are just Republicans. Same age as Kamala. Yeah, he's the same age as Kamala, but looks 20 years older. Looks way older than Trump. Hey, Rap, do you think JD Vance beats Walz in a debate? Yes. Walz does not know how to talk. He just thinks, oh yeah, I just copy and paste online talking points. Like at the rally today. You hear what he said about a couch? Are you kidding me? We're back to this again. The whole couch gag with frickin' Vance. Why? What's the point? If you know it's a lie, why repeat it? I don't get it. Have we seen any data about the Hillbilly LG movie as far as how many streams it's gotten since fans have picked? It's been like #1 for like a month now, or something crazy like that. People are watching it. Anyone was better than Vance? I disagree. Trump's strategy should be Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Their demographics, economies, politics are similar in a way, and it'll put Republicans' pressure on Dems in the Midwest, not distracted by the Sun Belt. Yeah, I think the Rust Belt strategy is the way to go. If you had a, well, no, Sun Belt's the way to go, and with Wisconsin. But yeah, you got to campaign in the Rust Belt, obviously. Can't ignore it. Okay, update on Missouri. Gomez is below 7%. Phew.
Yeah, she went down 1%.
Okay.
Although
we're dodging a bullet right now. Voters of Missouri, please keep her out of office. Please. The difference between Dems and Republicans is we don't pick candidates based off race. True. Mike for 5. Excited for the VP debate, by the way. Nothing wrong with... Oh, gosh, I'm not reading that. Princess Rider for 5. The Trump internal map right now is Pennsylvania lean R, Michigan lean R, Wisconsin likely R, Arizona lean R, Nevada likely R, Georgia lean R, Minnesota tilt D, Virginia toss up, New Jersey lean Democrat. So it looks like the maps are about the same. And Princess Rider is a good source. It's not one of those people that make shit up. He called the stuff 2 months ago that happened. So he's usually pretty spot on. But yeah, so it looks like both campaigns are kind of giving up on Wisconsin, it looks like. If I'm not mistaken. If they're both seeing like Trump plus 5 or whatever.
I mean, yeah, if they're both saying that like it's not even possible for Democrats to win it, then yeah.
Because if you were to say, well, Harris had a rally there, that doesn't really, I don't know. But both campaigns have it like R+3 to R+5. That does not bode well for Harris at all. Doesn't. Where are all the fake polls coming
Wisconsin's
from? What?
No, I was going to say it's a crucial state. So I mean, if she's down by 3 to 5 there.
If she really is, well, that might explain why no one's talking about Wisconsin that much. Like, you notice everyone's talking about Pennsylvania and Georgia. They're not talking about Wisconsin or even Nevada.
Yeah, people are talking about, like, I feel like most people are talking about Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, and Arizona. Not really Nevada or Wisconsin.
I'm starting to wonder if that's what's, like, the campaigns. Like, obviously they're going to put effort in these states, but they kind of, I think, both agree that those 2 states might be off the table for now. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like what Princess Writer is saying. I don't know.
Might be.
Be on the lookout for 3 AM dumps. That's true. Look at Michigan 10th. Wait, what's Michigan 10th?
There's only 2,000 votes in the primary right now, and only in the Oakland portion of the district, not the larger Macomb County portion of the district. There's just like 4 Democrats running for it, and they all have a significant percentage of the vote.
All right. Do you see how Trump always wins all the X polls? They do by a lot. Well, to be fair, those are usually Republican accounts. So it is funny, though, when it's like a Democrat account that posted and Trump's up by like 30. But it's Twitter. You can't really use that as proof. Trump is spending 80% of ad money in Pennsylvania and Georgia because nothing else is needed to win. Yeah, but still, it's kind of weird that no one's talking about Wisconsin. It's still 10 electoral votes. And if you win Wisconsin, your pathway becomes a lot easier. It gives you multiple pathways. Just got hear any surprises? Nothing really. It's kind of a slow night right now. Nothing interesting. No upsets.
Yeah. So, someone's asking, did Walz get charged with a DUI?
Yeah.
He did. I'm pretty sure he stopped drinking after the DUI.
Yeah, it's not really.
But in the night, I think.
What?
I mean, it was like I think it was like 30 years ago. I don't know how much people are going to care about that. Just because it was a long time ago.
Yeah, and people are making this thing like, oh, if you talk with a DUI, it's going to help in Wisconsin. No, it's not. I know Wisconsin's a very drunk state, but come on. Some of these talking points by people, I don't get like where they come from. If you get a DUI, you're going to win Wisconsin. I saw that. People were actually saying that. Yeah. Some people. All right, Gomez is still below 7. I don't care who wins, just not Gomez. All right, let me pull up something. There is something fascinating posted by... who posted this? Bulwark, yeah. So, apparently, and this is a rumor circulating right now, it was Trump World that sunk Shapiro. Apparently, Trump World, they put the anti-Shapiro campaign. They started it, apparently. They were the ones that pushed all the stuff about, oh yeah, he covered up a murder. He did a lot of weird stuff with farmers, you know, in central Pennsylvania and stuff like that. So, I don't know.
Well, the covering up the murder thing was the Pennsylvania Supreme Court, which is majority Democratic.
I know. I'm just saying, like, it's awful timing for it, but there's other stuff that happened. It's just when you pile it up on. So, Truck with Christ for 5. The question is, will James shift 10 points to the right like the rest of the country? Also, June 2020 ticket. Mine is Vance DeSantis. Will James shift? Will James vote Republican? You mean? I doubt it.
No, I'm pretty firm in my beliefs. And I mean, it's not like I live in a competitive area, anyways.
Mia W for 2, bro. The DUI helping Walz in Wisconsin was a joke. Oh yeah, sure. Same with the couch. Then now you got Walz out here making a quote unquote joke about it that everyone is saying is real. Yeah, that's a joke. Yeah, sure, totally. Whatever. American Nerd for 3. George W. Bush had a DUI and he became president. Yeah, it doesn't really mean anything though. But people actually believe stuff like the couch story. They actually believe it. Read what these people are saying. It's not sarcasm. They actually believe just stupid. Trump really psyoped Kamala into picking the weaker running mate. That's apparently what happened. And I know the murder stuff was the Supreme Court's doing, but apparently it's, if I'm reading this properly, I haven't pulled up, it's some other stuff. I don't know what. I'm a bit confused, like what, but it would be hilarious if it was a Trump campaign. that made this. Hey, Rap, Walz getting exposed as Stealer of Valor and a coward was a bombshell, or might about to be. I don't think the media is going to say anything about it. They're not going to say a damn word about it. $5D chess. Yeah, it would be hilarious if it actually was the Trump campaign. They got rid of Shapiro. Would be good. Would be good. I hope that's true, because can you imagine it turns out that, oh yeah, Trump's the reason Josh Shapiro was the VP? Alex Maddox for 2. I'll take the couch guy over the tampon guy. Oh God. Another thing that makes you really questioning, makes you really question why you pick Walz in that situation. His track record as governor sucks. Let's see here. They can't grift on being moderates like Joe did in 2020. Well, they're gonna try. They're gonna say we're compassionate Democrats or some shit like that. Use some shitty talking point like that. Missouri counts votes so slowly. Yeah, they do. Princess Rider for 5. Hoax is all they have, to be honest. Harris at her call with Walz last night said, I know we're underdogs, but our economic message could turn it around. Yeah, sure. People are going to trust you with the economy. Yeah, right. James, what do you know?
About,
Anything?
I mean, I think what they're talking about with the economic messaging is like they like to do the sort of middle class centric economic messaging they were doing in a lot of the rally.
Work. It's just the economy right now is shitting the bed, and I don't think it's gonna work. And people just trust Trump on the economy much more. And don't let the mayor's poll fool you. That was horseshit. They had the issue like Trump +1 and immigration only Trump +2. It's like, no. Those are Trump +30 issues. Easy. How does Harris think she can win on the economy of all things? Because I think Democrats are just delusional. They have nothing to run on. Well, seriously, what did they have to run on? In 4 years, they've caused every disaster you could possibly imagine in just 4 years. Magic Gomez gets last place. I hope she does. We cannot have delusional people like that in the Republican Party. Can't have it. Can't have it. Is John James in what? Is John James down?
Someone was saying.
What?
He's not down. He's uncontested.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If Trump is winning the popular vote or tying it or barely losing it, then he's easily winning. Yeah, if he's down by even 2, he's winning the Electoral College. If he's up by 2, you're talking about a big victory for him. I still think he's going to win it by like a point at the end of the day, but we just got to see. There was a recent ad trying to paint Harris tough on the border and Trump was weak. I saw that. They're trying to gaslight people into saying or thinking Kamala Harris was tough on the border. She was, which by the way, I thought they said she wasn't the border czar. But now she's saying she was tough on the border? Really? American Nerd for 5. Rap with Weirdo Waltz as the Harris VP. I think the VP debate will be similar to Kennedy-Nixon 1960, as Vance is like 20 years younger than Baldy. Well, what made that debate so important was TV. It was the first debate that was on TV, I think, right?
I mean, there was a debate before on TV, but it was a Democratic primary debate between Kefauver and Stevenson.
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, you know, actual presidential debate for
like
the general.
A general. I mean, the first president, like the first presidential at all, was in 1956, I think. But this was the first general election one on TV.
Yeah. They want to act like they're tougher on crime. Yeah, they're going to try to do that. They're going to say, we're actually the ones tough on crime, not the Orange Man. Hey, Rap, 2004, The Phantom Bush. 2008, Attack of the Dems. 2012, Revenge of the Dems. 2016, A New Republican. 2020, The Dems Strike Back. 2024, Return of the Orange Man. That actually works kind of good. Like, why is that so good? That works perfectly. I don't know how, but it does. Vance should be able to mop the floor with Walz. He should. I hope he does. All right, more results out of Missouri. It's very slow. It's 3%. That's it. Eichel's in second, despite not leading in a single county. If people say Trump is this and that, who cares? Look at the policies. Well, a bunch of people they actually believe everything they see on Twitter. They believe literally everything they see on Twitter and call it a night. Not how it should be, but it is. Hey, Rap, we need Lincoln how to lose the lieutenant governor race in Missouri. He was my state rep and is the poster child of what a rhino is. I don't know who that is. Don't know. Vance
yeah, I
should be
know
able to
nothing about him.
Yeah, I know nothing about him either. Apparently he's bad. People are saying he's bad. All Vance has to do is compare the military records. Vance with the Middle East while Walz ran away. Yeah, be careful. You cannot push it that far because it can easily backfire if you don't say it properly. Democrats believe the complete opposite of reality, and it scares me. Yeah, a bunch of them do. Yeah, why is it taking forever in Missouri? What is this, 2%? Even Michigan's counting votes way faster. Michigan!
I mean, it's 45 minutes into the night.
I know, but still, it's like...
And
you would think...
No, I know, I'm saying it's 45 minutes into the night, and they've barely gotten anything.
Oh my gosh. It's every... I don't get it. How can you not count the votes this quick?
Like, they've gotten 1% every 15 minutes.
It should be like you get like half of it done right away. It should not be, we count 5% in an hour. Yeah, no. That's horseshit. I don't get why states do that. Why? Why do you have to make it so complicated? Just have it where you count half the votes, for sure, right when polls close, and then you keep counting votes. That's it. You're done. Gomez surging at 7.5%. What? Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah, she just passed 1,000 votes.
James, I swear, if we end up with, I know it's 7.5%, but I don't like the fact that she's going up slightly. Remember back in
still a lot of counties.
Yeah, I know, but I don't want her anywhere near the top. Remember back in March when Florida counted 400,000 votes in 15 minutes? It was like 5 minutes. And they were basically done. After 2 hours, they were done. You don't need the blue wall in 2032 because of electoral votes changing. That's actually another thing I want to do a video on. Apparently, like, Texas is supposed to gain, like, 4 electoral votes or something. And, like, you don't need the Rust Belt at that point. Princess Rider for 5. Breaking, by the way. Georgia Election Board votes 3-1 to allow campaign poll watchers to watch tabulation of votes. That should be common sense. Thank God it happened. And Farrak for 2. Shapiro turned down the VP offer. Dems in turmoil. Yeah, I think the combination of they didn't want him, but then he said no. So they got stuck with Walz. Or Waldo. What's a better name? Waldo or Walz? I don't know. Gomez will win. Trust the plan. No, she better not win. She better not win, I swear. Okay, hopefully get more results. Nothing out of Missouri or nothing significant. It's like 5 votes, and that's it. Gomez was at 10% with undecided. She lost votes. To be honest, though, I think she's from St. Louis. So theoretically, she could gain a lot of votes from there. I don't want to tempt fate, though. We'll just hope that Gomez gets crushed. Doesn't matter. I could easily see Minnesota becoming a true swing state by 2028. Yeah. Walz over Walz. Or, Walz over Walz, I should say. I think Waldo's good. Weird Waltz. No, I would say Wacko Waltz. I like that one better. Georgia Election Board allows counties to not certify too. What? Roger's up in Kent. Is he up in Kent? Oh my gosh. Justin Amash is losing Kent County? Oh, it's only 1%. You make it sound like it was like 20% and he's at... Oh gosh. I hope that happens though, where Amash loses to Grand Rapids. He's doing awful. He's getting 10% of the vote. Char XZZ for 2. Trump should make a sign, Walz don't get the balls. Oh gosh. Harry Balls 2024. Does Gomez block you on Twitter? She hasn't yet. But after tonight, if she loses, she might. Or if she wins. Either way, I'm probably getting blocked.
Oh, sorry, I was gone for a second.
Yeah, it's fine.
I had to fix my PC. I decided to.
Yeah, so Justin Amash is losing Grand Rapids somehow. He's losing it by like 10 points. It's early, but it's clear that he's not going to win a single county right now. Punch a Bunch Bear for 5. I hope the suburbs turning into shithole slums if Harris wins. I don't like to think like that, but at some point, something's got to wake these people up if that happens. Don't know what, though. Mike for 2. Cacklin Kamala / Wacky Waltz for Insane Asylum 2024. I like that actually better. Cacklin Kamala and Wacky Waltz. Yeah, that's a good one. Hope Gomez lose. Yeah, she better lose. I don't want any chance for her somehow winning the primary. Again, I will support the Democrat. The second she wins, somehow, I will announce my endorsement of the Democrat. I don't really care. We cannot allow that bozo to win. Princess Rider for 5. Should Biden contest a convention, then Walz will likely remain the VP to appease Harris supporters? Email I got. Okay. Princess Rider, this is a serious question. I'm asking also chat. How likely is it Biden tries to contest a convention? How likely is it?
I think basically 0%.
I mean, I don't know if there's internal discussions by like Republicans about this. I don't know. Again, it could be bullshit.
I don't think,
but
Biden, like the thing is, no one wants Biden to come back.
But even then, he all he should do is say, "Hey, I'm going to support Trump" or something crazy like that. He just drops an endorsement for Trump, like, yeah, you know what? Screw these people. They try to get rid of me. Fine, we're going to support Trump. You know,
I don't know if that. I mean, I don't think you. I just don't think you would. I don't really.
I hope he does, James. If he does that, I will support putting him on the Mount Rushmore. If he does that. If he has balls of steel to do that, fine. But put your freaking face on Mount Rushmore, call it a day. I hope he does that. Gomez is a dem plant. Well, she is. She's a nut job.
She honestly might be.
People are saying, look at Kansas second. Why? Kansas second.
Oh, because Nancy Boyda was the Democrat who used to represent the district, and she's barely winning the primary. But that's because they added new territory to the district in Kansas City, and she's losing that part.
Listen, the fact is it's 50-50. Identical to 50-50. Mike for 2. Lowell Biden endorsing Trump would hurt Trump. No, I think what happened in that scenario was a bunch of Democrats just bail from the party. They just don't vote.
I don't see why. I think Democrats would just be mad at Biden for. I don't think that's why I don't think Biden would vote.
Listen, I want a shit show at the convention. I want to see something like that where Biden's about to give a speech and he says like, "Oh yeah, I officially endorse Joe Biden for president of the Donald Trump for president of the United States." I don't like Biden, but at that point, I would put him on Mount Rushmore. I would support it. Screw it. If you're gonna do that, fine. Put your freaking face at Mount Rushmore and you get a pardon, and we're done. Hey, Rap, does the VP debate with Walz, when Walz loses the debate hurt Dems? I don't think so, but... Then use the 25th Amendment on Biden. Well, that'd be a huge scandal. Princess Rider for 5. At the end of the day, Obama is still not all in on Harris, which leaves the opening there. Biden did have those conversations today, I was told. Yeah, I'm hearing about that too. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the fact that now they're having these discussions, you're starting to hear about it slowly but surely. You're hearing more about, yeah, Biden and Obama, they're not sold on Harris just yet. I don't know. And these are Republicans talking about this. I don't know. Hey, Rap, what would a Trump/Biden versus McCain 2008 map look like? Shit show. Biden was threatened with the 25th. I know he was. But at that point, if you're Biden, what do you have to lose? What he should do is pardon everyone, his entire family, and then say, you know what, screw it. I'm going to expose what you got clowns did. Screw it. I have nothing to lose. And that's what I would do if I'm Biden. I would say that. I would expose everything. And, yeah. But, James, what would you do if that actually happened, where Biden, like, endorsed Trump? What would your reaction be? Like, he decides, oh, yeah, you know what? I'm going to support the Orange Man.
I don't even know what I'd do. My brain would be broken. My
I hope he
entire
does.
understanding of politics would be.
Listen,
I just don't see how that could. I just don't see how that could happen. Like, there's.
Well, you mean, James, like, but if you get, like, I could see it happening. It's not going to, but if it does happen, I wouldn't be that shocked. Because that was a coup, what they did. That was an attempted coup on Biden. How can anyone deny that? They've threatened to use the 25th Amendment. Now they're all but saying that at this point. Yeah, we almost used the 25th Amendment, but we didn't. Not good. Muffin Man for 2. Biggest race in Missouri is Cory Bush getting primaried, which no result out of St. Louis yet, of course. It's always St. Louis. It's always St. Louis.
Yeah, there's no results. Yeah, St. Louis has no result.
Princess Rider for 5. These conversations began last week, in which I first heard about it. Today, though, is when it leaked to, it leaked since it seems Biden has been.
And they've only gotten 6%.
Yeah, they're counting so slow, good lord. But yeah, so it sounds like there are some, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it sounds like there are some talks that, hey, maybe Harrison Walz, maybe not the best pick. American Nerd for 2, Rap, Biden would endorse RFK Jr. before Trump. I don't think so. People say look at Michigan. Ottawa County's voting for Sherry O'Donnell, and Justin Amash is in 3rd. Okay, well, that's great. Business
Sherry
Chud
O'Donnell
is joining the channel.
from Ottawa
good
County?
Sir. Yeah, Ottawa County, right next to Grand Rapids. Somehow. Who's Sherry O'Donnell?
I don't. I checked. Sherry O'Donnell is not from Ottawa County. He ran for the 5th district, which is Wahlberg's, which doesn't have any overlap in Ottawa County.
True. Oh, this is a good chat. Biden doesn't have enough working brain cells to create a plan like that. They have to give him ice cream before the convention to distract him, and hell, forget about it. No, well, you could just say Jill Biden. At that point, just say Jill. But yeah, not wrong. He's just a walking corpse. Mike for 5. Biden kind of did endorse Trump. He literally said, we need to re-elect Donald Trump in one of his dementia-ridden speeches. That's true. He did. Will we know who wins a presidency on election night? I hope we do. I hope it's just a landslide. Whoever wins, and do you agree with this? Whoever wins, just make it a landslide. So no one could say it's a conspiracy. It's a fraud. I don't think this country can handle 4 more years of a close election. I don't think it can.
I mean, it's gonna be awful if it's like 2020 again, and you don't know until like a week later.
That's what I'm saying. I just hope, even if it's Harris, I wouldn't be happy. But if Harris wins, I want it to just be a landslide, because the country cannot afford another 2020. It can't.
I remember how stressful that week was.
That was awful. That was terrible. That was painful.
I remember because it was like that was. Yeah, I remember every day I would be like watching I'd be watching like the 5 votes they count in Michigan or something like that.
I don't get it.
I hope we don't. I do. I don't want that to happen again.
Oh, breaking news. Mike Rogers has officially won the Republican primary. Wow. And Slotkin won also. Wow.
Yeah.
What a surprise. But yeah, I just think just win in a landslide and be done with it.
Yeah. Oh, the reason they called it is because part of the Upper Peninsula, I think, is in Central Time.
Yeah, that's why.
So
That's right. So
yeah.
they can't actually call it. It's like 2 counties or something dumb.
Yeah, I think it's like the two at like the very end of the Upper Peninsula is in the different time zones, so they can't.
Let's see. Gomez catching up. Yep. Gomez surges to 6th place. She's at 7%. Just stay there. Don't go anymore. Don't get any more. Just stay at 7% and call it a day.
It's the Gomentum. The Gomentum.
Gomentum. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare say that. Everyone must vote for Trump. Republicans must watch out for the cheating by Dems. Well, that philosophy is just bad. That's just my opinion. I think it's bad to have that philosophy, but...
If someone said 269 incoming, that would be...
That would be... A civil war would happen the second that occurred. Because everyone knows Trump would win through the House. So I want that to happen.
It is kind of stupid how they do it through, like, state delegations.
I understand why they do that. It makes sense.
I mean, I think it made sense for, like, when they wrote the process, but I feel like now it's kind of different, but...
No, I think it works because if you just do a simple majority, it's just whoever has the House. So you could just have 2 states, and that's it. With that method, you still got to have, like... Yeah, you have to have a decent-sized majority, probably, but at the same time, you need to actually have representation in, like, Missouri or whatever.
But, I mean, I feel like it's kind of a high bar, like, for if a campaign, like, for, you know, like, when it's urban-rural polarization, but, I mean, I don't think a House majority would work either, because, yeah, it could cause problems.
Just do like the state delegation. I think it's the best system. That, in my opinion, is the best system, but there's still nothing. Yeah, there's nothing. There's literally nothing. Mike for 5, 269 electoral vote count. The House votes Trump as president with a 1 vote difference. That would be the end of the 248-year American experiment. Yeah, it would be. At that point, you would just see, like, riots in the street, you know, shit being blown up. Yeah, that would not be fun.
Like,
wins by a single vote.
You know, I was looking through old Florida recounts a couple months ago, and I found one where they because there was a group that did like in the 2000 election did Florida recounts, and they did it with like different rules, and there was one like rule for ballots they found where Al Gore would have won by 3 votes.
Bruh. American
like imagine
that would not be fun. American Nerd for 3. Rap. What sports should be in the Olympics? I think it's about right how it's done right now. I think like all the sports that are in there already. I don't think you really need to add any more. Like, I know they're gonna add like flag football, but I don't know. G Storm for 2. I bet you. I buy you a Gomez flag because you love her so much. No, don't. No Gomez flag. All right, nothing. Freaking these results are taking forever. Who thought this was a good idea? To count votes like this? Who?
Like Michigan needs to.
Michigan at least had an excuse.
Really
they had a freaking excuse.
It's still only 10% though, and like Missouri really needs to.
Yeah, this is like okay. Right now, it's what? It is right now for the governorship 7%.
Yeah. It's a bit over an hour, and only 7% of the vote is in.
Princess Rider for 5. Biden and Obama talk. They both agreed Harris can't win. The talk is now either a contested convention with Biden or to Trump-proof everything. How do you Trump-proof it? How? I get...
I don't know.
Anyways, people are saying look at Missouri first. There's nothing yet. Nothing on Missouri first. It's freaking
St. Louis, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always Missouri. Oh, St. Louis, I should say. Excuse me.
Oh, this is kind of funny.
What?
I found this. Look at what I posted.
What did you send? Week in 6th place. Yeah, she's in 6th place right now. All that hype just to take 6th place. Good. That's where she belongs.
Yep.
Wait, Cori Bush is tonight?
People are
Yeah, it's
saying that
Missouri.
people are trying to say that Cori Bush is losing, but there's nothing. Oh, on Decision Desk they have results, and Wesley Bell is up 63 to 33
Good.
with 19% in.
Good. Ben Cynics for 2. Imagine the election comes out in Nevada. I swear, if it's Nevada that has her up, or that it comes out in Nevada, better not. Mike Finn for 2. Y'all talk to the wrong Biden. It's Joe Biden 2024. Yeah. Refresh. People were saying refresh. Let's check. Oh, results. Oh gosh. Cori Bush is getting.
Oh yeah, she's probably. I mean, this is probably going to be another Latimer versus Bowman situation.
Yeah, she's done. Yeah, she is getting absolutely crushed right now. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think. Do you think Cori Bush lost? Do you think she lost?
I mean, I expected her to lose. I thought this was going to be basically a repeat of the Latimer versus Bowman race.
This is glorious. Rip Pack Watch. I agree. This is a Pack Watch alert. I love it.
Oh, also the results are in for Sri Thanadar's primary. Well, the first. Oh wait, this is only 91 votes. I was gonna say Sri Thanadar is up by a lot more than I'd expect, but there's only 91 votes in so far. He's the guy from Michigan's 13th who just doesn't do constituency services.
Let's see. APAC is truly coming after their enemies to cycle. Yeah, they didn't get who's the one they lost to again?
Summer Lee.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been kind of successful this year, especially the bigger names like Bowman and now Bush. Now is Cori Bush gonna run for something, or is she just done?
Well, she can't run. I mean, she might run. She might try to run for the district again because she did lose to Lacey Clay the first time in 2018 and then won in 2020. So she might try again. But other than that, I don't think she would run for anything.
She should run. Just keep running forever.
For what?
Just keep running.
I mean,
just keep running for the congressional district. That's all you got to do. All you got to do. Mike for 2. My question, does Cori Bush have a Bush? Oh, gosh. I'm not going to read the rest of that. Thanks for the super chat, though. Okay. More result in Missouri Secretary of State. Nothing for Gomez. All right. It's becoming clear that there's not going to be a Gomez surge. Right? There's not going to be a Gomez surge. APAC lost to Massey. Yeah, but that primary challenge was just pathetic. We supported a schizophrenic.
Yeah, no, they were really focused against Bowman and Bush because they saw them as the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
I mean, the difference between like APAC 2 years ago and APAC now is that they've started to most of the time they just did lobbying. They're really focusing on congressional races now, which is why they've gotten stronger and which is why they were able to defeat candidates in like, the Maryland 3rd where Sarah Elfreth beat Harry Dunn. That was very important. Like a lot of that was APAC.
W, by the way. That was a glorious night.
And also the Latimer versus Bowman, and now the Bell versus Bush. I think that with APAC, like APAC like before APAC wasn't really as focused on congressional races, and mostly left it to other PACs like DMFI. But now they are, and I think with that you're going to start seeing a lot of the progressives slowly get primaried out one by one. I would expect. I expect in the next term, if Omar doesn't go down this term, she likely will next term.
I think she's going to survive.
I don't
Her
think so.
district's going to save her.
I think, she might win this time around, but I think in 2026 the mayor Jacob Frey might challenge her.
I don't know. Massey's skeptical of Israel aid, but he's not pro-Hamas like Bowman. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, the whole oh yeah, he's against APAC. Like, that's not a reason to vote against him. Like Bowman and others, they were they were pretty out there on that issue. Massey's just like anti-Israel aid. He's not like, oh, anti-Israel. So, is it true that Bush is losing? Yes, Cory Bush right now is losing by a good margin, 30 points. I hope she loses. I really hope she does. Rap, when you draw out the good and you sound like Emperor Palpatine. Good. Check Cory Bush's race. Yeah, right now she's down by 30. Not good. Not good for Bush at all. Now, question is, though, is this early vote?
I don't know. Early vote tends to be less favorable to progressives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is early vote, it might give her a boost later on, maybe.
If this is election days, that might be it for Bush. But if it's early, then she might have a chance with just how little of the vote is in right now. But maybe this,
Hey, Rap, check with the Democrat in the Utah 4th District. No, I don't want it to. It's Utah Democrats are like some of the most egregious Democrats out there. All right. Well, people are saying this is early. All right, so it is early. And now we're to 10%. Congratulations, Missouri. You counted 10% of your votes. Congratulations. And let's see, Kehoe's up in St. Louis County. Yeah, I think it's over. I think Kehoe's gonna win. These numbers are not good numbers. The problem is they split the vote. And this is the problem with Trump's endorsement. He should have went with Eigel. What about Ashcroft? Why go with Kehoe? That bozo. Why?
Yeah, that was such a. I remember he was like he endorsed all three.
Yeah, he endorsed all three. It's such a Trump thing to do, but like, no.
I mean, I think the only way Eigel would be able to win is if he just gets like really good rural numbers. But I don't think that will happen.
Well, I think they're splitting the vote.
I mean, some rural.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, that's also the thing. Like Ashcroft and Eigel are splitting the vote.
All right. Princess Writer for 5. Many of Biden's staffers who were laid off by Kamala are the ones who are in Biden's ear about the convention. Source. You know, I want to see the coming days. If we start getting news about, yeah, actually Kamala Harris 20 years ago she lied about something. If the media starts start attacking Harris, there might be some legitimacy to this claim. If you start seeing Axelrod come out and say, yeah, you know what? Getting rid of Biden was the wrong decision. Because Axelrod's effectively he's just a freaking puppet for Obama. Whatever he says, that's what Team Obama think. They think's going on, or they support. So I'm very intrigued to see what happens the next week or so. Rap, most annoying state Republicans. Oh, there's some bad ones. Most annoying. Probably Utah, Arizona. For every Paul Gosar, you get Abe Hamadeh. Trump doesn't want a divided party, so he endorses multiple candidates now. Yeah, but just endorse one. Don't give Kehoe any momentum.
Isn't it also that Trump cares a lot about his endorsement record?
So is that what he's going to do now? Just not endorse a single person?
It's like, I guess if you endorse everyone, then your endorsement always wins.
What is Gomez posting about? What is this?
What did she do?
Oh my God. James?
Oh, is she?
Look at what she posted.
The polls have closed. She just says.
I'm putting in chat. I'm putting in the
Is she
stream right now.
declaring? Is she declaring victory?
No, I put in the chat, and right now she's catching a pedophile with Alex Rose. Are you serious?
she actually did the pedophile catching party instead of an election.
Nope. The guy can't play that. Nope. Sorry about that. Yeah, she for whatever reason thought, oh yeah, you know what? We should post this when we're losing. Wait a minute. It's her bio says Missouri's 41st Secretary of State.
Yeah.
Oh my! No, please tell me she thinks she's gonna win. Please tell me that she's gonna declare victory. Oh my gosh. Again, it's a noble cause, but why do it now? Such a random thing to do. Again, it's a noble thing, but it's clear she only did it for political clout. So screw you. Princess Rider for 2. Morning Joe will be the first to turn on Harris. Yeah, if Morning Joe starts tomorrow's broadcast off with, yeah, the Tim Walz announcement was a disaster, or it was a disaster because of Harris, then I'll believe that source. The Dream 101 for 2 is Walz a game changer. I don't think so. I don't think so. She's going to declare a pretty wide victory. Yeah, she's going to declare victory soon. It's going to happen. It's 7%. I don't get why people do that. You lost by 50. Mike for 2. Cooing Kamala will be the end of the Democrat Party. Well, the thing is, I don't think if it's true that he wants to get rid of Biden wants to get rid of Harris, he might not care. He's like, screw it. You know what? They try to throw me out. Fine. I'm not going down without a fight. Again, it's probably Jill Biden and Hunter, so. Harris drops out, and Walz picks a new VP candidate. I don't know. Hey, Rap, Utah's 80% rhinos, though. Their governor's one senator is one senator is good, one congressman's all right, and many state reps and senators. Oh, and don't forget about Becky Edwards. Well, no. Hold on, I misread that. Utah's 80% rhino. Oh, I misread. Yeah, sorry about that. Their governor's one senator is, at least 3 of the 4 reps are. Yeah, no, they're bad, but Arizona Republicans are just annoying. They're insufferable, like the frickin' Abe Hamadeh people. She's gonna pull a... Oh, gosh. Yeah. Do what the Venezuelan president did. Declare victory. when they release results of him losing and declare victory. DeSantis, a congressman, many become governor like Walz do. Yeah, no, it's pretty common for congressmen to become governors. That's usually what happens for bigger names.
Yeah,
usually.
I mean, that's... Yeah, because typically a House member will go for Senate or governor whenever it opens up if they are ambitious.
Let's see here. Mike for 5. You can't swap your candidate twice in a single election and expect to win. Also, Valentina's motto should be, if you're not last, you're first. Well, no, the Democrat Party, they might just be so screwed that they think, oh, God, we're going down the shitter even more. Quick, bring back Joe. I want it to happen,
Well, I don't think it's possible to switch the nominee now, because
James, they can do what the hell they want. They get rid of Joe. Who cares? They broke every precedent.
Jamie Harrison already signed the stuff to make Kamala the official nominee.
This is the modern day Democrat Party. If they want to get rid of Joe or Harris, they can get rid of her. They really wanted to. I'm glad that Cori Bush is losing by a landslide. Yeah, there's no way she recovers from that. Again, election day will be more favorable for her, but That's about it. That's about it.
Yeah, her only hope is that election days are
For like
really
90%
favorable.
Bush or something. Have you heard about the absolute shit show in Utah second where 1,300 ballots were rejected and ballots even got sent to Las Vegas? Kobe Jenkins needs to run again. Yeah, Jenkins got screwed. That was horseshit what happened. Yeah, James, you hear about that? They had ballots get sent to Las Vegas and then 1,300 ballots like were rejected in Utah second. Yeah, Jenkins lost by like 100 votes. Yeah. How do you get ballots in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
You gotta love it. Because apparently, yeah, that's a bunch of ballots got rejected. It was a shit show. Cori Bush lost, apparently. Yeah, she is getting absolutely demolished right now. All right, Missouri's taking forever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, Valentina Gomez uploaded another video of her standing in front of someone, I guess presumably a pedophile, getting arrested by the police.
Bro. It's a noble cause, but she's clearly doing that for political clout. That's why she's doing
What
it.
I don't like is that what I don't like is that she's doing it for attention and not because she actually cares.
That's what I'm saying.
victims.
Like, it's for political clout. It's not because she wants to actually do something good. That's my problem with it. Again, it's a noble. Like, again, if you're gonna help, fine, but don't advertise it a week prior. Princess Rider for 5. The third and funniest options is Biden rehires his fired campaign staffers and runs a third-party campaign. There's no way in hell that happens. No. Listen, if Biden runs for re-election as an independent, first of all, didn't ballot access already pass in most states?
Most of them, yeah. I guess what he would I don't like. I feel like the only.
It's just he has to run a writing campaign at that point. I mean, his name's simple.
I guess, yeah,
Joe Biden. So that's the only way. Listen, if that actually happened, though, I would laugh hysterically. But how many people would actually vote for Biden, though, in that scenario?
Not many. But I don't think that many.
It would be enough, though, to cause.
I don't think any. I don't think that many people are like Biden stans.
But I think it would be enough to where Harris can't win at that point.
I feel like it would be more the party. I feel like it would be more the disunity than Biden actually running.
Well,
like Biden actually being an option on the ballot. It would be more the disunity.
I want Biden to do it. Say, screw you know what? I have nothing to lose. My political career is dead. They try to coup me. Fine. You're going down with me. Yeah. Yeah, Biden needs to do the Menendez tactics, but sadly Menendez backed down. But Biden, he has nothing to lose. Seriously, he can pardon himself tomorrow and run. What do you have to lose? There's nothing to lose by running again. So just please do it. Please do it. I just want to see it happen. But yeah, that's like scorched earth. At that point, you're talking about states like Virginia being like likely Republican at that point.
That would be.
Biden write-in votes and RFK Jr. votes are being underestimated. Maybe. Yeah, I'm actually curious about that. What would is it possible there are a bunch of Biden write-ins that no one's talking about?
I don't know. I mean, we'll probably know after the election because
yeah, but
I know Vermont. I know Vermont releases all of the write-ins that happen. I remember in 2020 there were a ton for Dr. Fauci. There were it was there were so many. There were like every possible spelling of Dr. Fauci. Like one person would write in like Dr. Fauci, another would do like Tony Fauci, another would do like Anthony Fauci,
and then like
another one would just do Fauci or something.
And then like Dr.
Yeah, there would be it was just there were a lot of votes, like write-in votes for Dr. Fauci, but no two votes like spelled it the same way.
Princess Rider for 5. Biden's still on the ballot in Nevada and Wisconsin. A lot of legal stuff is going on to get Harris onto those ballots, but if he ran third party. You know, now the more I think about it, if he just says, screw it, you know what? I have nothing to lose. I could still be in the ballot in 2 swing states for sure. Why not? Harris gonna lose either way. Just one big F you on my way out. I mean, that would possibly, that could break everything. like, I think we've had so much, like, timeline altering stuff, but if that actually happened where he begins his candidacy again, like Ross Perot did, I don't know. Don't know. All right, more results.
I found a
what?
I got one thing is I actually found the old 2020 results from Decision Desk at around this time with around this percentage of the vote, and it was actually the same as what's going on right now with Lacey Clay at 63 and Cory Bush at 31. So it is still possible for her to win. Like, that was the primary she won. At first, she was down by a lot as well.
The dumbest election in history. Yeah, I think of 2024 ends up with like a Trump versus Biden versus Harris versus RFK ticket. That election might be so chaotic that it kind of resets American politics. You know what I'm saying? Like, it would be so chaotic. People are like, okay, we're done. We're done with this two-party system or something. We're just done. Oh man.
Yeah, I posted the results at around this time back in 2020.
Yeah, Cory Bush was down so
Cory
she could
Bush's
still
race.
win, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We were something like a Michigan 4th.
She could theoretically win. It just depends on. Oh, Hill Harper's winning a county in Michigan.
Janice.
Yeah, with 1% of the vote in.
Yeah, I think he's from there.
He is winning Flint.
I think he's from Flint.
Sure. No, he's from Detroit.
Why? I thought he was from Flint.
No, he's from Detroit.
Okay. Biden.
No, he lives in Detroit.
Biden, if you can hear us, run. Yeah, we need the hashtag hold the line, Joe trend. Run, Joe, run. You have nothing to lose. Go run for president. Seriously, like, what's he have to lose? If he does that, like, okay, he's not gonna be in office anymore. So what? He's been kicked out of office anyways in 5 months. I don't imagine a Republican elector voting Harris putting over 269. Oh, there's Republicans out there, but they won't be electors. Business chud for 2. Obama is considering replacing Harris. That's what some people are saying. Which, again, I still have some questions about, but it's possible. Slotkin 1. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah, run, Forrest, run. Is this Biden speculation based on anything real? It's from people in the Republican Party that's saying that. And there were some weird tweets posted today for, like, Stephen Miller and others. I don't know. I wish Trump would stop the multiple candidate endorsements here in Missouri. Yeah, he's done that 2 times now. First it was with Eric Schmidt and Eric Greidens. Now it's this shit show.
Yeah, I think, has he done it anywhere else? Oh, well, I mean, he did it for Hamadeh and Masters. He should. I mean, that was another co-endorsement.
Yeah, but it's like Missouri's the one where he does it the most. He's done it twice.
Yeah,
now.
I don't know why it's Missouri.
It's Missouri.
I can't think of any other co-endorsements he's done other than those 3.
All right, Princess Rider for 5. Pretty sure Trump heard the same considering truth today and about debating Biden again after he takes the nomination back. That's when I started to have interest on it. So it's not just bullshit. Trump actually posted something about this. I forgot to mention that. That's why I think there might be talks about it. Not saying it's not going to happen. But you know, sometimes there are talks behind closed doors like, oh God, we're screwed. We got to try something weird. It happens all the time. If Trump's talking about it, I mean, I don't know. Biden would never run third party once Harris to win. I don't think he does. I think his big F you to Obama, he's like, you know what? Screw it. I have nothing to lose. I'm saying the election night if it... hold on, what? I'm saying if election night ends 269 tie, I don't imagine other parties' electors voting for the opposite, so I think it would go to Congress. Yeah, 100%. It would go to Congress. Trump endorsed Smiling Sester. Oh, that's
I mean,
right. In Washington, he endorsed too.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah.
Rap. If Biden ran third party, would Delaware flip red? I don't know. Don't know. Trump endorsed, read that. Trump advance will win. They have to. I think they're gonna win, but we just gotta see. All right, Missouri's taking forever, and I'm not liking the results here. I think at the end of the day, Kehoe's gonna win. Not liking the margins. So that's hold on. That's about it for Missouri then. The governor's race is, I think, basically over. It's early. I know it's early, but it's not shaping up good for Eigel or Ashcraft. Zeppelin LZ99 for 5. Video on what if Biden comes back. If Biden comes back, there's going to be like 15 streams on that. But if, I don't know, I'm not going to do a scenario on that because that just sounds kind of crazy. But I hope it's real. I really hope that happens. Hey, Rap. Which do you think is more likely, a U.S.-Iran war or a Chinese invasion of Taiwan? I think invasion of Taiwan. Hey, Rap. Biden going scorched earth, total war, third party is DEFCON 1 for Dems. Yeah, he should. Again, I'm kind of biased, but... American Nerd for 5. Rap. If Biden actually did run a third party / writing campaign, then what states would be competitive? I'm thinking Minnesota, Virginia, New Hampshire, maybe even Delaware. I think states like Minnesota, Virginia, they would flip at that point. I think they would.
Yeah, I mean, they're already competitive. They're already competitive now.
Yeah, if somehow Trump's up or Biden runs again, yeah. I don't see how Biden or Harris wins. Biden's not going to win a single state in that scenario, but I'm kind of curious now. Yeah, even Illinois would be talked about. It's not going to flip, but it would be much closer. All the latest pro-Kamala polls have, like, no third-party vote. Yeah, that's kind of weird. I've noticed that. It's all, like, 1% for RFK. Biden's final speech. By the way, Obama's gay and Big Mike is real. Peace out. I don't know. I don't know. The more I hear about this story, just something ain't right. Something ain't right. The 4 liberal third-party candidates should still help Trump win. Yeah, I think at that point Trump's gonna win. You see, how do you win? Like, if you're Harris, how do you win with Biden on the ticket? How? The other swing states don't allow faith electors. Wait, what?
Well, sorry. But yeah, I think in certain states, like, faithless electors can be punished with, like, a fine if they vote the wrong way. Like, if they don't vote for them.
Yeah. Theoretically, you're not supposed to. But...
Well, some states don't punish, some states do.
I think it should be a punish. I think it should just be no faithless electors. I hate that. But let's see. He had to win New Jersey and New York at that point. I don't know. That's kind of pushing it. Because how much of the vote would Harris or Biden get in that scenario? Like 5?
I don't even think that, because there's not that many people who really want Biden back.
Yeah, but if he just takes all the money and just starts spending a bunch of money attacking Harris, I mean, I don't know.
Well, I think most of them would just not vote rather than voting for Biden, because he could do all of these, like, negative attacks against Harris theoretically, but that's not going to convince anyone that they should vote for him.
Let's see here. The Dream 101 for 2. Would you rather kiss Big Mike or Kamala? I'm not going to answer that. What type of question is that? All right, it's looking like Kehoe has won. It's sounding more and more like that. It's just not looking good enough for Eigel. There's a vote done. He's good for him, but I think he's going to lose. Not a good night
he's
for
like 10%.
Merrick First. Not a good night.
He's been He's been maintaining a 10% lead, so.
Prince Rider for 5. If you want to laugh, it was just exposed the Harris campaign is buying social media influencers a campaign for and hired a company for online bots. Yeah, I know, it got exposed. Which I think should be illegal, but whatever. I think Wisconsin counts it. I have to check. It's just 3 swing states for faithless. I don't know. Who is Kehoe? He's the lieutenant governor. He sucks. Hold on. What did CNN just say?
They did a negative story about picking Walz.
Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. Please, please, please. I want to laugh hysterically. If that actually happens, where if CNN starts attacking Harris and MSNBC the same thing, those theories might be true. Not gonna lie, but it's not gonna happen. It's early, just chill. Not liking the chances. Now, that's a good vote dump for Eigel. They're taking forever. And so it begins. Yeah, again, if MSNBC and CNN start attacking Harris, yeah, those reports might be true. Watch out for that. Next couple days. If you start seeing that, okay, we got a problem. If we don't, well, it was probably false. And so it begins. Far-right CNN. Yeah, the far-right CNN. Run, Biden, run. I'm gonna post it on Twitter. Hashtag run, Biden, run. Princess Rider for 2 sips tea. To be fair, it was a couple hours ago that they posted that, but the fact that CNN right off the bat, they said that the pick sucked. Yikes. This is where the fun begins. Again, you just watch for the big outlets, the big liberal ones. If they started going after Harrison, especially Harris, but even Walz. Yikes. Because they're going to do whatever the Team Obama wants. So. Does Biden have the courage? I hope he does. I think he should. Hey, Rap, what do you think of the recent report of the U.S. military saying they will likely lose to China and Russia in a war and that the U.S. military is unprepared? Not a surprise. Our military sucks right now. Not in a good situation.
Our military is... I mean, I think our military is still far stronger than Russia or
but
China.
it's ran by incompetent people.
I mean, there's a lot of corruption in the Russian and Chinese army, so I don't think they're particularly competent either.
Oh, yeah, but, you know, still not good for us. MAGA Joe. All right, 24% in, and Eigel's still down by 10. Secretary of State, we could just... It's not Gomez. That's all I give a shit about. Thank God. Don't have to worry about her again. Now, don't run for office again. Just stay there. Just stay. No more Gomez for Senate, or I swear, if she runs for Senate. No, please. Don't.
Just gonna try to primary out like Eric Schmidt or something.
Please do that. Just so her career could just die. She gets 1%. Where is the negative Walz article? Let me pull it up. People are asking. CNN. Yeah, the math behind... Man, that's a... And Harry Enton posted it. One of the few people that are honest. The math behind why Harris picked Walz and why she may regret it. Eee, that's a good sign. Let's see. Selection without risk. We could say, though, is that Walz is not likely to help Harris with many swing voters. He did less than a point better than Biden in Minnesota when he won re-election in 2022. In fact, Shapiro seems to have done better with white voters without a college degree. Yeah. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. If they start talking about it, okay, we might have Harris might have a problem. don't get how the Democrat Party, all the crazy things they do and they want socially get ownership of the word weird. Well, because it's projection. They know they have some stuff that people don't like, but they just project it. They say, oh, Vance is weird for what? Having kids? Gomez for president. No, don't even say that. Because now that you said that 5 years or 10 years from now, yeah, we're gonna have Gomez run for president. All right.
What if Gomez goes back to New Jersey and then tries to run for governor against Stephen Fulop in 2025?
Please don't. I beg of you. American Nerd for 5. CNN, we don't think the Walz pick was good. People in chat, it begins me and my Palpatine voice, good. Well, I mean, I'm not saying it's a beginning, but if you start seeing CNN and NBC saying some weird stuff, those talking points, there might be legitimacy. Be careful, though, because it could be bullshit. We don't know. Jerry the American for 2. Biden does a 2006 Joe Lieberman for 2024. Well, that was a completely different scenario. Well, I mean, kind of.
What happened? Well, I mean, that one was just because he got primaried out for supporting the Iraq War.
I know, but like with Biden got thrown out of back the train, but yeah. Attacking Kamala for doubling down doesn't work now because Trump doubled down with Vance. If Walz calls Vance weird in the debate, he should ask about the bill Walz signed, putting tampons in boys' bathrooms. Yeah, Walz has so much shit against him. I don't get why Harris went with him. Gomez for Overlord. Imagine if Hawley gets nominated to the Supreme Court and Kehoe appoints Gomez for the Senate. That's not going to happen. Kehoe was an establishment hack, and she's just schizophrenic. So, imagine a Joe Lieberman for Senate sign. Yeah, that'd be a very sad person. If you had a Joe Lieberman for Senate sign. Very sad individual. Very sad. Gomez for Sith Lord. What? That ticket is cursed. Gomez Cheney. Yeah, that's a ticket, all right. That's a ticket that no one would vote for. That might be the first ballot ever to get 0%. No, below 0. All right, another vote dump and Kehoe. So I think Kehoe is kind of stabilizing at 40%. Eigel might go up, but I think I'm going to call it here for Kehoe. Again, there's votes outstanding, but like some of the better counties for Eigel, they're basically all in, and it's not enough. Well, there's a bunch of like very pro Kehoe counties that are nowhere near close to being done counted, or being close to being done counting, I should say. Yeah, this is kind of an L. Kehoe is a shit candidate, and Trump should have endorsed Eigel. I don't get why he didn't, but what would below 0 look like? Cheney Gomez. How did the Dems pass up Shapiro when he was a plus 30 popularity? Because reasons. What, James?
No, I forgot. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
All right. I'd prefer Liz Cheney presidency over presidency over any member of the squad. Well, yeah, that's not saying much though. Look at the first. Yeah, Cory Bush lost. Cory Bush lost. I thought Walz was the worst out of the VP picks. Yeah, I think he was. Like, who else was in the short list? Mark Kelly, Buttigieg. Buttigieg might be worse.
And also Raimondo would have been worse.
Who?
Gina Raimondo, the Commerce Secretary.
Oh, God. Princess Rider for 2. Fun fact, ballots go out in Minnesota in 3 weeks. Really? Ballots go out in 3 weeks. It's nuts.
Isn't that still August?
Yeah.
Like,
God. Hey, Rap, who do you think?
yeah,
is the
that
best...
would be the last week.
What?
No, I was gonna say that would be the last week of August.
Yeah. Hey, Rap, who do you think is the best person Kamala could possibly have picked for VP? I think Cheney or Kinzer would have been smart to do a fake moderate teaming up. Well, no, that would have... Who would Kinzer or Cheney appeal to? Democrats?
Basically, just moderate Democrats.
Yeah, so it's not going to really change anything. A glitch Evie for 2. Name another ticket that would get 0 votes. Chris Christie and J.B. Pritzker. Below 0. Some states do early voting way too early. Yeah, it should be like... Early voting should start like sometime in October, not September, August. That's ridiculous.
Like, I mean, I feel like at a certain point, you're not going to increase turnout by making early voting earlier, just because. Like, I can see the justification for like late September, but I mean August. I think. I mean, the only thing the reason I just think is like, I can't see anyone who would have time to early vote in August, but wouldn't have time to early vote in September or October.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much. I think that's pretty much it. Again, like it's gonna like fluctuate, but I think that we're kind of at that point where it's just gonna stagnate between Kehoe plus 10, plus 11, plus 9. So kind of a disappointing night, kind of a boring night. Nothing funny. Well, Cory Bush going down is just hilarious, but that's kind of it.
I mean, it's not really confirmed yet because she was in a similar
position. I think she's done.
She wasn't a similar. I don't know. She was in a similar position in her 2020 primary that she ended up winning, but I think it's more likely she loses.
Yeah. And the fact that it takes them a week to count the votes, like, what's the point if you're not going to count the votes early? Exactly. If you're going to have the early voting that early, fine, count the votes early then, like a week before. Don't wait 2 weeks after the fact. No, it's stupid. Ballot dumps at 3 a.m. Do you think the Rogers volume number is too low to compete in November? Hold on, what? Like his raw vote? Let's see. Rogers is at... Oh, it's only 14% count. What a waste of time. Waste of freaking time. They're not counting anything. What are they doing?
I don't know.
Yeah. Missouri governor, I think we called for Kehoe. Again, Eichel could theoretically pull it off, but he's doing good in a couple counties, but it just seems like Kehoe's doing good enough in the rest.
And the problem is that all of the cities that Kehoe isn't doing good in, Ashcroft is doing good in, not Eichel.
A glitch Evie for 2, Cheney / Mao 2048. It's a long ways away. Perry Johnson / Bob Corker for 100 million votes. Washington will finish counting their votes more quickly despite closing polls 3 hours later, Lamau. Yeah, we're not going to stand for Washington because, I mean, there's like 1 or 2 interesting congressional primaries, but the only thing that's fascinating is the 2-way primary, like what % of the votes Republicans get, for example. But
yeah, I mean, because
that's the thing with Washington. I got burnt in 2022.
Because Republicans have Republicans have 2 major candidates now with Reichert and Byrd.
Yeah. Ooh, big vote. Oh my god.
There's been a whole. There's been like
Cory Bush is down by 12 now.
I don't know if you know.
What?
Jeez. But she flipped St. Oh yeah, she flipped St. Louis City because it looks like a bunch of yeah, I'm not surprised this has happened.
I want Bush for the memes. I want absolute chaos, please. Everyone is saying Cory Bush lost. But please say everyone's wrong.
She just flipped St. Louis, and I mean, there's like, if that keeps going, then she could. Then if she keeps getting favorable dumps like that, then she'll win.
Oof. A glitch Evie for 2, Jeb Bush / Cory Bush 2024. At least Jeb Bush, he can appeal to some Republicans, but yeah. I hope Tiffany Smiles or Jared Susser wins against a neocon Dan Newhouse. I think they will this time around. All right. If anyone got more super chats, more questions, concerns, comments, begin sending them now. Last calls for super chats, folks. Last calls for super chats. So again, Missouri, I think outside of Missouri first, Bush is gonna probably lose. She may come back, but I'm not gonna stay up for Cori Bush. Because really, it's Cori Bush wins or loses. Yay. As for the Missouri governorship, yeah, my theory's being proven right. It's just stagnating. It's just fluctuating between Keogh plus 10, plus 9. Ooh, big vote dump. Exactly, you know. Went up 2% and they're still up by 10. And you see, Keogh just flipped Kansas City. I don't see how Eigel wins. If he's losing Kansas City, St. Louis, Springfield, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think the main interesting race in Washington is probably just going to be Newhouse's district to see how well he does in his primary.
That's about it. Harris seems like a Kerry-type candidate. Yeah, I could see that. She's a flip-flopper. All right, okay, last calls for super chats, folks. Again, we would go longer if there was, like, Washington really just doesn't. The two-way primary, I hate that. But even then, it's like, okay, we know who's going to probably win. I don't know. Prince is Rider for 5. A change for 2020, I believe Minnesota will not count votes received after Election Day. Well, that's good. That should be commonplace everywhere. Owen Chessmod for 2. Hey, Rap, what is your home state? Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Truck with Christ for 5. Do you think there will be a Trump-type Republican surge like how people call themselves Reaganites? I think there will be, like Trumplicans. I could see that.
I mean,
they already are, kind of.
I feel like that already exists.
Yeah, it
does.
It's
like, I mean, people who refer to themselves as, like, MAGA Republicans or whatever. Like, I mean, I feel like it's existed since 2016. But I would say especially since, like, 2020.
The Washington primary system is nice because it gives you a good understanding of what November turnout will probably be like. Yeah, but it just, there's no interesting primaries. I
mean, the only one I can think of is Newhouse's district and maybe the governor primary.
Yeah.
See, because I don't know if you've heard about the Washington GOP convention, but it was like an absolute like shit show between the Byrd supporters and the Reichert supporters. Like,
what will be the first election where a candidate gets over 100 million votes? I don't think ever, if population trends continue.
I mean, yeah, because the U.S. is expected to sort of, like, stagnate in population for, after, you know, in the future. And so,
all right.
I mean, I think it would take such high turnout to get 100 million votes. It would take, like, both high turnout and a landslide.
Yeah. All right, I think I'm ending the stream here. So again, there are other results, but I think we kind of got through Missouri. Keogh's gonna be up by 10. Missouri first is a close race. Cori Bush might hold on, but I do got to get going. Again, if there were other like major races, we'd probably go on a little bit longer. But like at Reichert, it just depends how good he does. Like, okay, he gets 40% versus 38%. So, anyways,
he's
folks,
gonna win.
We'll see you guys. And if you guys enjoyed, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. So, again, everyone, yeah, I think we're done. Did Washington polls close already?
Well, it's 9:55. I think they close in 5 minutes.
Oh, do they?
I think so.
No, it's 11 p.m. Eastern. It's still an hour.
Oh, wait, yeah, it says 11. Yeah,
yeah, if it was 5 minutes from now,
so.
I would probably keep going, but I do got to get going. So, all right, thank you all so much. We'll see you guys in the next stream, video, wherever you see me in. Godspeed.